All right, Full Circle Fitness fans, family members, and friends, we're back again for another at-home workout video series. Today is all about the core again. This will be our second video that we've done on core specific for our over 50 and senior crowd. We're going to be using limited equipment today. I got a small ball, I got a stability ball, and a foam roll. Now, you don't necessarily have to have this equipment at home. We're just going to show a couple variations using this equipment if you do have it. So again, 5 exercises that you can do for your core at home. Let's go ahead and get started. Before we begin though, always remember to warm up 5 to 10 minutes before you start working out to get everything loose, get the body flowing, all right, get the fluids in the joints, get the blood flowing. Check out our other core video on the warm-up section and see how to do that. But to save some video time today, we're going to get right into it. 5 exercises you can do for your core at home. Let's go ahead and get started. The first exercise is a side plank. Now, before you guys start doing the side plank, if you have any shoulder issues, this probably will not be recommended for you to do because it does put some strain on that shoulder, and I'll show you how you can do a slight variation at the end here. So, if you don't have any shoulder issues, the shoulder's pretty good. You want to start with the elbow right in line with the shoulder. I always recommend, especially for my older demographic, that we start on our knees. So the knees need to be in proper alignment of the hips and the shoulders. So that 1, 2, 3, right? That is line, as long as we're in alignment right there, we go ahead and lift up on our hips, hand on the hip just like this. And this is that side plank position. Don't let your neck kind of go back or down like this. Now, once we're in this position, there's a couple of different variations, all right? If this is too easy, you can do it on your feet, okay? Or you can do it on your knees and thread the needle, which just means bringing that arm all the way through and coming back up. That's another option, okay? But today, for this video, we're just gonna show you how to do it on the knee. So again, you can do thread the needle or also do it on your toes. So we're gonna do this exercise for 30 seconds each side. So let's go ahead and get a timer. I like to use my cell phone. You guys can use a stopwatch or a clock or whatever thing. But 30 seconds, elbow in line with the knee and the hips. The knee, hips, and elbow are all in a line. We're ready to go and up, okay? Now, while we're doing this, you wanna make sure to squeeze that core. And again, watch your position of your neck. Too many times I watch people doing this and they're letting their neck fall, or they're kind of flexing their neck too far laterally this side. So keep it nice and neutral, chin tucked in. I like to keep my hand on my hip. So we're about 20 seconds into this, guys. Keep holding it hard, squeezing that core, and don't forget to squeeze your glutes too. We got 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good, let's go ahead and switch sides. So again, we're getting into that kneeling position. You want to bring the knees back far enough so they're in line with the hip and the elbow. All right, so we're gonna go ahead and get started again. 30 seconds, ready, and up. All right, now again, squeezing that core. Watch that chin position, chin tucked in, looking straight forward. Make sure it's not too far down or too far up. Nice neutral position, keeping those abs tight. Squeeze that booty behind. The booty needs some love too. All right, and make sure, you can see as my elbow starts to creak out, you want to keep that elbow nice and under, right in line with that shoulder. The further you go out, the more strain on your shoulder it's going to be. And we got 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good, and down. All right, now, second exercise in our routine is a V hold. All right, that's just what I call it. There's probably many different names for it. But you get in kind of a V position and you're just gonna hold it. It's a really good isometric exercise for your core. Now, my toes are, I like to flex them up and keep my knees bent just like this, and I'm gonna lean back like I'm trying to lean back into a chair. Sometimes if this is too hard, you can hold on to your knees for a little bit of support if you need to. If not, you can hold your hands straight up here. I like to kind of cup them just like this, right? But it's just an isometric hold. This is not what we're looking for. This is just sitting straight up. You gotta kind of get a lean into it, and you're really gonna start to feel it in your core and your lower back, right? So we're gonna hold this for 30 seconds, but before we start, I wanna show you a couple different variations, all right? So you have the foam roller. If your lower back is too weak, you could do the foam roller on this exercise. And the foam roller is gonna help support your lower back so you'll feel it more in your core. You'll be able to hold it for more than, the 30 seconds without it putting strain on your back. You can also use a small ball. You know, if you have like a volleyball at home or a soccer ball, that'll work too. You could just put it nice and easy, support your lower back, support your lumbar, while you're doing this exercise. But we're going to show you just the version where you just kind of lean back and hold it, all right? So 30 seconds, let's get in position and go, okay? So we're holding this out, we're leaning back, we're cupping the hands, the toes are flexed up, keeping those abs nice and tight. Just because they're activating doesn't mean you can't squeeze them too. So squeeze those abs, and always remember to look up at the ceiling. You don't want to have your head and chin tucked down. That's a bad position for your neck. So tuck that chin in. Okay, we got about another 5 seconds. So let's count off 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good, relax. Real good core burner right there, okay? So now we're gonna get into our third exercise, which is our reverse crunches. Now you can do this exercise 2 different ways. We'll show you that real quick, okay? If you have a stability ball and you find that this exercise is too hard, you can do it with your feet up on the ball, hands down, head down. You're gonna tuck your knees in and just do a slight lift of your butt, okay? So again, I'll show you a couple times. Tuck the knees in as far as they go, slight lift of the butt, okay? But the actual exercise, if you're strong enough to do it, to work those lower abdominal abs, is starting with your knees bent at 90 degrees, toes flexed up, head down, okay? So your head's down on the ground. You don't need to have your head up. If you want to, you can, but a lot of people have weaker necks, so I always tell them to rest their neck down. And you're just gonna tuck the knees in towards your chest and lift your butt up, okay? And you think this is easy, but it's actually harder than you think. So go as far in as you can and try and lift your butt up. And if you can't, then just holding this position and going as far in as you can and then come back, okay? But ideally, you're trying to get the knees in and lift those hips up and get that butt up off the floor, okay? So let's go ahead and do this for 30 seconds. Ready, and go. So tucking those knees in, lifting those hips up. I'm just gonna hold this phone up here so I can make sure we're staying on target here. And if you're doing this on your own, I recommend using a timer. I'm not using it today, but use a timer that has a beep on it so you know how long you've gone, so you don't have to hold a phone up like this. So again, tucking those knees, always keep those toes flexed. Don't let them loose, okay? So tucking those knees in, good. And last one, time. Good job, guys. Okay, so that was the third exercise. Now we're gonna get into the fourth exercise, which is pretty much crunches. Now, there's a bunch of different variations to do, but for my over 50 and senior crowd, I wanna show you the one that I like to do the most. Is if you do have a stability ball, putting your feet up on the stability ball really does a great job of relaxing that lumbar, that lower back. So anybody that has lower back issues, this would be a great crunch variation to do. So hands across the chest. If you do have neck issues, you can support your neck with just some fingertips, but don't wrench your neck forward when you crunch. Always just support. Let your torso and your abdominal muscles work when you're doing this, meaning you want to use your stomach muscles to come up for the crunch, just like this, instead of using your arms and pushing your head forward for a crunch. That's not what we want, guys. So supporting your head with maybe 2 fingers, and then just using your stomach to come up and come back down. You can also do it with your hands across your chest, okay? If you don't have a stability ball, you can just hold your legs just like this and crunch. Have your feet down and crunch like this, okay? So I'm gonna show the variation where you just have your feet down on the floor, but again, there's all those different variations. Feel free to try them out and let me know which one works, okay? So let's go 30 seconds, whatever position you wanna get into, and begin. Okay, crunch up and down, up and down. Good. And make sure, okay, let's say I do 5 or 10 of these, my neck starts to get tired, then I use the hands to support, okay? Try to go as long as you can without supporting your neck because it does strengthen your neck at the same time, but make sure your eyes are on that ceiling. Squeezing the abs, up and down. And let's do 2 more, 1 and 2. Good, that's 30 seconds. All right, guys, nice work. We're into our last exercise, our 5th exercise, which is called swimmers. Now, in our first core routine, we did do something similar to this. We did a Superwoman, Superman exercise, but the swimmers are slightly different, and I do like to work a lot of that posterior when we're a part of your body, when we're talking about core. It's not just about working the abdominal muscles. So this exercise I'll show you from the side view, and I'll show you from the front view if I can. You're going to get on your stomach, okay? And always remember, when you're on your stomach, you want to face the floor. You don't want to have your head up like this, because again, that puts your neck in a bad extension, and you don't want to have that stress on the back of your neck. So look straight at the ground, okay? You're going to have your hands out. Make sure everything around you is kind of cleared. Your palms are facing down, and your legs are going to be up, okay? Because the movement of your legs, and it varies on all different types of swimmers. You can do flutter kicks, you can do abductions. I like to do abductions while I'm doing this, so that's the way we'll show it. We're going to start with our hands out in front, palms facing down, head facing down towards the floor. We're going to lift our legs up, and we're going to bring, starting in this I position, we're going to bring our hands out all the way to our hips while the legs are coming out at the same time, and then we just repeat that movement, bringing in, okay? So out and in. Now, if you feel like this is too hard, you can try just lifting, keeping your head facing the floor. Just do your arms, okay? Or holding your arms here and just do your legs, all right? So there's a couple different variations for you, but I'm gonna show you the one using the arms and the legs. We'll do this for the final 30 seconds. And ready, let's go ahead and get in position. Let's get in that I position and begin, okay? So out and in, out and in. And throughout all these exercises, make sure you're breathing properly, guys, okay? In through the nose, out through the mouth. This exercise does put a little stress on the diaphragm, so it may feel like it's hard to breathe. You can put a pillow underneath your chest or stomach if that makes it feel better while you're doing this exercise. Let's do a couple more. Last one. Great. That's about 30 seconds, guys, okay? So again, 30 seconds each. If you want to up it to 60 seconds apiece, you're more than welcome to. There's always ways to advance these workouts that I'm giving you. Just giving you guys enough information, and then you can play around with it on your own if you want to make it easier or harder. So there you go. Another core workout, at-home workout series for you. 5 exercises. Let me know in the comments below what you think. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel and check out some of our other videos for sure. And remember, through this whole thing, guys, be safe, be smart, be active, and we'll see you soon.